I'm just getting ready to remove some carpet pad, and some tack strip. That's the project here. If you want to see that, stick around. The first thing I wanted to do was I got a construction light, and you might need it for this project. If not, it's always a good idea to get a construction light like this. And I put it together. This was an HDX construction light. And the funny thing was, I went to the hardware store and they had two different ones, and I'm using a 500 watt one. They've got them for 250 watt and also 300 watt. I always like to get the 500 watt because it gives you a little bit more light. And they had two different ones. One was like $20 and this one here was 16 and some odd cents. And so I got this one. But then I went over to another hardware store and they had one similar to this for $12.93. So, you know, you're going to spend somewhere between $12, $13, and $20 for your light. And once you put it together, some of them, you plug this in and maybe it doesn't go on and you think, oh man, it doesn't work first thing off. Well, check on the back. This one has a little button here. You press the button and voila. Some of them might not have a button in the back. Just make sure you press that. It's always a good idea to check that before you run back to the hardware store. One time I got one, I didn't know it had a button on the back, and I put it all together. It didn't work. Took it back to the hardware store, got another one. It still didn't work. And then I started messing around the back and I saw the button. I felt like a big fool. But anyways, this light is going to help us with our project, and I'm just about ready to go. There's a couple more things I want to show you though. We only need a few tools for this project. Now we're only going to need a few tools for this project, and of course I've got my gloves here. You might need a pair of pliers. I don't think I'm going to use these, but I'm going to, if I didn't have one of these, this is kind of like an ice pick. It's got a sharp point on it. If you had an ice pick or a scratch awl, you can use that too. And I've got a sheetrock knife. Make sure that's nice and sharp. Retract your blade when you're not using it so you don't cut yourself accidentally. This is carpet with pad underneath it, and what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to use that, and I can poke it in there like that so I can pull it up, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And if you can't do that, if you've got one that's bent like that, you can take a hammer and just tap it in, you know, like that. Okay? And that's about it. I've got my back brace on, and I don't know, I might have a few more things up my sleeve, but that's about it to start removing the carpet. We'll have another few tools once we get down to the tack strip to remove that. Just remember, hey, I'm just an average Joe. If I can do it, you can do it. Now, do you remember I showed you, if you've been watching my videos, you've seen this room before. It was full of stuff. I finally got everything out of it. And we're going to be removing the carpet in this room here. We've got a little hallway here to do too. Now we've got a bedroom over here. And look what we've got in the bedroom. Yes. We've got a sauna I've got to pull apart later. That'll be on a separate video, I guess. And man, that sauna works great, by the way. And then there's a closet here. Okay. Got everything moved off here. I got everything stacked up in here, up in boxes and stuff. And I can do the rest of this project with all this stuff still left in the closet. And why are we doing this project, by the way? See this room here? This is concrete, believe it or not. Yes, it's concrete. Let me let's see if I can get a light on up here. Well, there's not much here, but I think you've seen this room before. See how nice this concrete turned out? This has been stained and sealed. And that's what we're going to end up doing over here. But the first thing we got to do is remove that carpet. Now pretty much the only time you're going to need a sheetrock knife is at the doorways. You're just going to set your knife down in there, sharp knife, and score this. And I think you might have seen I already had a line there. As you pull it up to there, you can cut that. and you're going to have it just like that. That's it. And we're going to go around to the door openings and see I got one already cut along here. It doesn't really matter where you cut it. You cut it straight across here, and you see I've just got it pulled up like that. And then got one here where this pocket door is. We cut that, and I made sure at the end, pulled it up and cleaned that back that way and right over here. Okay, like that. And you know, I might have to cut the carpet right here because I'm not quite sure. They've got this on a tack strip right by the front door, and I don't know how easy that's going to be to pull up. Okay. Well, once we do that, we're ready to remove this carpet. I think I'm going to start over in that corner there, and I'll show you how that works in a minute. Forgot to show you my most important tool is that my knee pad. Okay, you just start in an inside corner anywhere in your room, usually away from the door, and see I've got my little scratch all type thing. I'm going to poke it in there like that. Now I can pull up on it, and I'm just pulling this off the tack strip like that. See, then I can lift that out. I don't really need this anymore, but I can just grab this here and start pulling this. Let me get you back out here a little bit. So I can just work around the edge and pull this up, and it comes right off the tack strip. That's if you have carpet with carpet pad and tack strip underneath it. Sometimes you might have glue down carpet, let's say, and that's a whole different ball game. Okay, I'm just gonna keep doing that all the way around my room. Let's see what I can do here. So all I want to basically do is get this loose first. I can have it worked back this way. I'm going to pull it up on the side here like that. Make sure I've got the whole thing loose. Okay, and I do. And now I've got to figure out what to do with rolling it up. You know, I could take it out of this room and roll it up in the next room, let's say. Or I can just do it right here. I believe I've got something in my way. Okay. The bottom edge of the cabinet. See, if you go from wall to wall in a small room, you can pretty much do it. I've got a piece of plumbing pipe in here, so I'm just gonna keep doing it this way, like that. Okay. And I can set that up against the wall like that, and it's not gonna roll away. That's the first step. Let's go do another room, shall we? I'm just gonna concentrate on the carpet first, I think, before I take out the carpet pad. Here's that other bedroom with the sauna. This brings me to a quandary. What to do about this sauna? Well, there was a little bit of discussion on this. I think this sauna is going to be left up for a couple more days after I take out the carpet pad, the tack strip. I'm going to have to prep the floors, and I can do that in the different rooms and still keep using the sauna for a few more nights because that thing works really good. So I can prep all this kind of stuff here, and then when I get ready I can remove this sauna. So what does that mean for the time being? Well, what it means is I'm gonna have to get down in there and use my sheetrock knife, okay? And I'm just gonna cut the carpet. It would have been nice to leave this room all together. In case this carpet's in really good shape, if you wanted to, say, put it on Craigslist or something like that, give it to a friend, you could do something like that. But in this particular room, we're not going to do that. I'm just going to cut the carpet. And so I don't have to make it pretty or anything. I'm just going to take it right there. And that's how easy it is to cut this with a sharp sheetrock knife. Okay? Like that. And now I can just keep going across here. And because it has carpet pad underneath it, I can pretty much dig this all in without hitting the concrete down below. Okay? And so let's get you over here. This is something you can do. You don't have to pay a carpet company to do this for you. Maybe you want to save a few dollars and somebody's going to come back in and install your carpet. Well, you could ask them, hey, how much? Give me a breakdown for taking the carpet out, taking the tack strip out, or whatever, the carpet pad. They can look at the tack strip, or they can decide, no, we're going to install our own tack strip, let's say. And then you can be the one, after you get their price, you can say, okay, you can do everything, but I'm going to take the carpet out myself, so we're going to back that cost out. Don't tell them ahead of time, or else they'll give you a line item breakdown that's really super cheap, because they know you're going to take the carpet out yourself. Okay, so I still got my sheetrock knife here, nice sharp blade. I'm going to go from the door here, because remember I already got a cut from there, and I'm just going to get in there and line this up. There's no turning back now. This carpet is a coming out.